All right. Yeah, this could be treacherous. I am a white man about to speak about Colin Kaepernick. All right, so this is my gold medal.
You can't say anything worse than what Stephen A. said.
Yeah, well, my gold medal topic's about Colin Kaepernick. The NFL finally, gave him a workout, but under very ridiculous stipulations. One of them was if he signed this waiver, it would remove all ability for Kaepernick to ever sue. And so you're literally doing a deal with the good devil. I really feel bad for Colin Kaepernick because he was set up in this situation where the NFL colluded to get him out of the NFL, and now they're colluding to cover up the fact that he is not going to be in the NFL by saying, oh, let's give him a tryout. But this was never an opportunity. The waiver situation that he is under is unlike the waiver situation that every other football player goes through when they do a workout, because Colin Kaepernick has already been unjustly taken out of the league. Yeah. So saying that, I need to work out to get back into the league, you already unjustly removed me. So why are you giving me the same waiver that you're giving every other athlete? I don't get that part about it.
I think you're absolutely right, Eric. The fact that they gave him a waiver with all these different stipulations that no other player that goes through a workout gets already tells you what time it was with them. The fact that they didn't want him to film it or record it himself.
Yeah.
That they didn't want any journalists there tells you how they were feeling about it. The fact that they didn't let him do it on a Tuesday when presidents of football operations and GMs could be there and the high-level scouts could be there. And they did it on a Saturday when you have college football and all the scouts and execs and high-ranking officials are going to be out on the ground scouting. I think they knew what type of time it was. I think this is going to become so layered where you don't want to knock Colin, because I think the heart of what Colin wants is still the biggest and most important thing here, and that's this guy had his job taken away for standing up for injustice, right?
For sure.
I think over time, I think, and how do I want to say this? I think Colin wants to do it his way.
Yeah.
I want to do it my way. Are you going to take my job from me? I'm going to come back, but I'm going to do it my way.
Yeah.
And the NFL's like, no. If you want to come back, you're going to do it our way. And I think ultimately it's going to be a stalemate. And that means that Colin won't have a job anymore.
Yeah.
He'll go down and we'll look at him in history as a martyr who sacrificed his career for what he believed in.
For sure.
I don't see, and even before the workout, I was telling people that, I would be shocked if he ever got a job out of this workout. And this was before he decided to move the workout to the high school field. So I still wish Colin the best. But at this point in time, I just think it's going to be a stalemate. I don't think anybody wins here.
What the NFL has done to Colin Kaepernick over a few years is so sinister. It's almost as bad as what Rico did to Mitch and paid in full, man. The way he set him up. This is come on, the way they set everything up. You can't bring the camera crew. You can't bring when look at all the combines and workouts and pro days and all this kind of thing. When has it ever been a thing? Russ, you work in the media. When have they ever said media is not allowed here? That's just asinine. That's crazy. The fact that they wouldn't because we know the jig is up. We know what really has been going on. We know they colluded against this man. That's why they settled out of court, all this type of thing. And so it was just ridiculous, the loops and turns he had to go through. And then when he moved it to the high school, I was like, wow, that's real ballsy, Colin. I was all for it. And I think only 8 teams actually went to the high school. And so I don't know. If only 8 teams really saw the live workout, I don't know what his chances are for getting a job, and that's frustrating. I would love to see Colin back in the league again. I think he's better. Is just as good as any backup and maybe even half the starters. let's be real. Like all these quarterbacks the 49ers have beat this year, I think Colin could definitely be on one of those teams. So it's just,
To be honest, he could have been a quarterback if nobody saw the workout.
yeah,
Somebody
for sure.
Matt Hasselbeck, who's 42 years old and working in the media, to come potentially be a backup.
Right.
Yeah, if I was him, I wouldn't even work out. I would just play video of Luke Falk and Baker Mayfield and all these guys who are currently in the NFL and say, like, really, you think I can't do better than this? I was in the Super Bowl.
And it's crazy. Like the NFL is literally watered down their product just to keep a guy out of the league. Like that's crazy. You'd rather see teams do bad because there's some really bad teams in the league this year, and I think a lot of it's come from the quarterback play that is very subpar. And I think Colin could have been a starter on a lot of those teams.
And not only that, he could be a backup for a lot of teams who have a mobile quarterback. Yeah. You look at Kyle Allen, Kyler Murray. There's so many, and you look at the difference Teddy Bridgewater made this year.
5-0.
Kaepernick could have been the Teddy Bridgewater
for
somebody, and then he could have had that opportunity. But it's the fact that they have been colluding, and you won't bring media to this guy's workout. You are colluding to prevent him from being in there.
Right.
It's as simple as that. And you look at the Redskins right now. You're telling me he can't start for the Redskins?
Right.
But speaking of Washington, there was collusion there. It's just as dirty as the government. What is going on with Colin Kaepernick right now? And I think, ironically, they did everything to prove his point. And historically, he will look better than they will.
For sure.
Frankly,
looking back on this, it'll definitely be like the Muhammad Ali thing.
There are a lot of parallels to this. He is going to look great down the road, and they're going to look very short-sighted.
For sure.